Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a very casual kind of get ready with me, and I'm trying a bunch of new things. Some are new to me, some are new overall. I went to Sephora and Ulta. I have some PR and some things that have just been in my drawer that I've been wanting to share with you guys. I know you guys have been wanting me to try the new Dior Backstage Foundation as well as the new Too Faced Super Coverage Born This Way Concealer. I have them both. The Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which is what I have on my eyes now, and a bunch of other things here. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be giving updates at the end of the month on a lot of these products, as well as some other products that I did get that I could not fit into this video. I'm also going to show you what this looks like when I went way overboard with my bronzer and blush, because a lot of you guys get a little worried about going overboard with those things and you think you can't take it back and make it look normal, but you can. So I'm gonna look a little bit crazy during this get ready with me for a minute or so, and we're gonna fix it. So if you want to see how these products, as well as a lot of others that are new to me, to you, turn out and how it wears at the end of the day, just keep watching. I actually already put on this Cover FX blurring primer on this side of my face because I started talking and realized my camera was not recording. I swear I hit record. I also did a sunscreen tutorial this morning, so I already have my Total Eye 3-in-1 underneath my eyes, and I have on my Paula's Choice sunscreen. I'm kicking myself because one of the things that I got is this Drunk Elephant Deep Bronze Eye anti-pollution sunshine serum that you mix in with your oil or moisturizer or serum in the morning for a glow. And I guess I was supposed to put that on during my skincare this morning before I put on my sunscreen, and I didn't, so I'll have to do that at the end of the month in my favorites. I guess I'll report in on that. One of the things that I'm trying is this new Dior Backstage Foundation. The girl there applied it to my neck and matched me to 2.5N. I'm not going to do a full out foundation road test. If you're seeing this light glowing on me, it is my Simple Human mirror, and it reflects on the window right kind of catty corner in front of me. Maybe it's that window over there. I don't know. I have two huge windows in front of me. It does that. This looks really dark though. She gave me a little sample of another shade she put on my neck, which is number 2 Neutral, and it seemed too light. So I'm gonna go in with this. I think because it's pretty sheer, this was working for her. So that's what it looks like on the hand. I have been dying to try this foundation, and I can't even see it going in my skin. It has a scent, but I can't place it. It's nothing too offensive. It's so sheer, but yet it's covering redness. I'm not so sure how I feel about the Cover FX primer, the blurring primer yet. It was really, really thick, and it did have a tint to it, but I really don't think it, masked my redness too much. Well, that applied really quickly. I was kind of expecting a pump. I'm gonna use my Sigma 3D HD brush, which I absolutely love because it kind of gets the crevices and contours of the face around the nose. I use a lot of Sigma brushes. And I do have a discount code for those too if you guys ever decide you want those. They're not atrociously priced though, which I like. This covers really well for being such a thin, undetectable foundation. I do have my top 5 Skin Light foundations video up if you haven't seen that. I do live in a very hot and humid climate, and I have oily combination skin. So if you have a problem with Skin Light foundation staying on your skin, but you really like a natural coverage, you may want to check that out. This looks super natural. What I want to do is kind of get it on these sunspots on my nose just a little bit more. I'm glad I got this color though. It did look a little dark on my hand, but I really, really like the way it looks on my face. I'm just gonna see if I can get a little bit more coverage on the nose that's a little more skin-like. I do usually prefer going in with a beauty blender just because it does eliminate any brush strokes, and I feel like I can kind of build it a little bit better than with a brush because it does eliminate brush strokes. It is setting down so well. There's no shine, but it doesn't look flat at all. I'm interested to see how it's gonna wear without the primer. I really like it. It's like it's not full coverage. It doesn't feel like anything on my skin. I'm not doing exactly a natural eye today because you guys wanna see a certain look, so I'm doing that look. and I may have to fly through it because I don't want this video to be too long. All right, let's move on. I haven't set this with powder yet, so if you want to see what I think about this, be sure you're subscribed because I'm either going to do a foundation road test or I'm going to report in my monthly favorites. I am anxious to see how this is going to hold up in this hot and humid weather. I'm going to try and wear it for a while today, and maybe I'll report in at the end of this video, so stay tuned throughout this video. I also did my brows off camera using the new MAC brow pen. If you haven't seen my recent tutorial on how I do my realistic brows using the Stila Stay All Day waterproof brow color, definitely catch that. I didn't do them on camera because I use the same technique. I got the shade Taupe. It's pretty light. I mean, this is it on the back of my hand. You almost can't see it. I ordered sight unseen, and I did have to fill in a tiny bit with the Stila in shade medium just to mimic some of my brow hairs because they are kind of patchy. I'm not sure what the next shade down would be. It is a very cool color though, so if you like a cool brow shade, it might be good for you. Okay guys, I have it. I have the new Too Faced Sculpting Full Coverage Concealer, whatever the full name of this is. I have the shade Light Beige. I know it's got one of those super huge applicators, which I really never dot underneath my eyes, but I may do it today just very lightly and see how this goes. Okay, I really cannot feel it underneath my eyes. Feels like air. If you've seen my how to apply Shape Tape if you're not a YouTuber video, I do not apply the amount the normal person applies because it always ends up looking dry and cakey, and I have very textured under eyes. I'll be 43 in August. Even though the rest of my skin is combination oily, my under eye area is very dry and gets kind of crepey under there, and it can crease up during the day. I always have to set my under eye area, and I do apply a corrector underneath my eyes because I have very dark circles, and sometimes on that darkest part of my tear trough I also apply one more little dot to just brighten it up. You'll see I don't use that big triangle. A lot of people do because I just find it looks, I don't know, cakey, and I'm just taking the excess down my nose to see how that works on those sunspots. A little bit does go a long way, but I find that it doesn't look dry and cakey. Like, I just remember the first time I used Shape Tape, and I like Shape Tape, it has its place, but I have to hydrate really, really well. You can go watch that video if you want to see how I apply it. It's helped a lot of you guys out. I like this. It feels good. That color looks good. I think it's going to look good once makeup is fully on as well. I don't think it's too light. So if you are normally my foundation shades, and I have a link to all my foundation shade matches down below in my video, if you're any of those shades, check out the shade of foundation and concealer. I got the ambient lighting powder from Hourglass in Ethereal Light because my friend Elle swears by this under her eyes. I'm going to take it kind of sparingly using the Hourglass brush just because I know it gives me kind of that right amount. I think I'm going to do this under one eye and then maybe use the number 7 powder under the other because I know that that works really well. So I'm going to go with my number 7, which I know works really well under this eye. I do have just an extra little crease under this eye that just is further down. That's just my anatomy. So this eye is always going to look crepier than the other eye. It's always going to look a little worse. I didn't get a new powder, so I'm just going to set my face with the Becca Hydro Mist powder, which I really love. I'm using Subtle Sunrise from Pixi. This is one of their new highlighters. I think I'm going to go in with a mixture of the two using my Wayne Goss 02 brush. I love this brush to highlight with. It's just perfect. Okay, I wasn't quite expecting that kind of a highlight from this. It's kind of metallic. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I feel like my camera never picks up highlight, so I don't know what you're getting down there, but it's really pretty. I hope you can see that. I really think it's beautiful. And I mixed the two. I do think if you have a lot of texture, you may not want to use these because they do put off a lot, but they're really pretty. I think you could even use these on the lid too. I have these two new Urban Decay Beached highlighters in Sunkissed and Bronzed. And it looks like Sunkissed is just going to be a little bit more red tone and Bronzed is going to be a little bit more golden, but I actually find Bronzed is a lot deeper than Sunkissed. This is Sunkissed and this is Bronzed. I'm going to use Bronzed because I find I just get more payoff from the Bronzed. So I am going to take this big brush where I would normally contour kind of under the cheekbones a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna contour today. And I'll kind of bring it under the chin a little bit. If you do have a large forehead like I do, you can just kind of blend it back into the hairline. I'm not really contouring, but kinda. And this just helps me because my nose is kind of crooked. And so it just kind of helps in a subtle way. So now I'm gonna kind of dust that brush off and I'm gonna take it. In this one, I'm gonna take this all over the face to give me more of an actual bronzed glow. I wanna kind of look like I just stepped off the beach, you know? And I do realize I look kind of crazy right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put on lip liner so I'm not looking quite so crazy. And we're gonna even this look out a little bit. And you can see I'm kind of rounding out my lip line. It makes my lips look fuller because they're not quite as full as they were when they were younger. Every now and then I'll get a comment on my channel asking me if I've had my lips done. And I'm like, have you seen how unfull they are? Especially compared to what they used to be. If I had my lips done, they'd look a lot better than this, I'll tell you that. No, they used to be really full. They've lost so much volume over the years. It's kind of disheartening, actually. This is the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush in Hush Blush. It's really, really pretty on the skin. I'm gonna take my Wayne Goss airbrush and I'm bringing it all across the forehead. And I'm bringing it down the nose. Now here is where I'm going to take it if I think I went too overboard, and I went overboard on purpose. I take my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish or any kind of finishing powder, and I'm gonna go over all of this. You can take just a finishing powder and go over everything, and it will completely diffuse the look. It just completely melded everything together and just made it so much softer, yet you still look kind of sun-kissed and all that. So I'm gonna get into the eyes. I'm gonna try and do this eye look really quickly because I think that I went into that a little bit too long. All right, if you have a pet peeve against makeup brushes that have not been washed recently, you may wanna click out now because I did this very last minute and I have not washed my makeup brushes yet. I'm gonna take this Urban Decay bronze that I just used and I'm gonna put this on my Sigma E40 and just use this as a very, very light transition from the crease all the way up to almost my brow bone. If you have hooded eyes, this is a great step just to give you a little bit of a shadow and to help you look a little more awake. I'm gonna do that same bronzer just underneath the lash line. If this is the only thing you put underneath the lash line, that's absolutely fine. It's just gonna make your eye look just slightly bigger and not look quite so naked underneath. So even though my brushes do look a little bit dirty, I do use my color switch to clean them off in between shades, and you just take it and rub it in there to get any pigment off. So they don't have pigment in them. I'm gonna take Still Shot right here, which is really pretty matte peach. And I'm going to put this in the crease, slightly above the crease, but not quite as high as that last shade. And I'm gonna swirl this in that outer corner. My eyes are kind of deep set and I do have kind of a hood. When I open my eye, I don't want it to just disappear in there. So actually when I open my eye, when I put that brush down the first time, because if I don't, that pigment could get lost in the crease. So I'm actually going to place my brush down when my eyes open and then go in and kind of take it almost in a straight line when I'm sweeping it back towards the inside. Because if I don't, when I open my eye, I might not even be able to see it. So this way I can kind of see that shade when my eye is open. Open my eye, I can see that peach shade. So that is why you ever see color on my eyes. If I just stuck it in that crease, you would not be able to see that shade on me. I think I'm gonna do something a little bit differently than I did the other day. I wanna use this Hellride shade here and have not used that shade yet. I'm gonna use the Sigma E57, tap off any excess, and just take this, I don't know, about a third of the way in. That's really, really pretty. And I'm really kind of just packing this on. I'm gonna blend it in a minute. So now I'm taking a small blending brush and I'm just blending that edge in. I'm not really worried that much about this inner edge because I'm gonna take a lighter shadow there. And I'm gonna take a Sigma E30 into Good As Gone, which is this kind of shimmery, kind of a chocolate brown. And I'm gonna put that in the very outer corner, but I'm gonna take it up a little bit, almost as though it's an extension of the lower lash line, looking straight into my mirror. And I'm gonna make a little, I don't know, I always call it like a 7 rather than a V, because if I make a straight V, it drags my eye down. So I make it go up a little bit, just a little bit, where it kind of goes more straight across than it does just in a straight V. That's what gives me my eye lift. So I'm just kind of putting a little teeny tiny raised V in that outer corner. And I'm gonna take that blending brush, again, that same blending brush, wipe it off, blend those two shades together. You don't wanna overblend, because if you overblend, that's gonna go too much up into that crease. So now what I wanna do is take a mixture of Blaze and Ignite, which are these two kind of fiery looking shimmer shades right here. I wanna put Ignite on my finger first, and then Blaze, and I'm going to put that on the inner 2/3 of my eye. What I need is just a little bit more Hell Ride to make that a little more vibrant. I think if I could do it over, I would have done the shimmer first and then done the Hell Ride second. I'm gonna take a little bit more of this Still Shot and mix it with Weekender just to soften it a little bit and blend that into the crease. And on my lower lash line, I'm going to take Still Shot first, and then I'm going to take a little bit of the Hell Ride and smudge that on the lower lash line as well. And I'm going to extend that Good Is Gone underneath the lash line too. I'm going to take Breakaway on the brow bone in the inner corner. I'm gonna finish up this eye line and talk about the mascara when I come back. I used the Kush mascara from Milk Makeup that I kept hearing about, but I really forgot about it until I was at the display. And I used it over my normal waterproof mascara because that's the only thing that will hold a curl. Some of you on Instagram asked me to please do a lash tutorial because I really have stick straight invisible lashes and they're very, very thin. I will be doing that. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe if you want to see that at some point. But I did use it over my normal waterproof Lash Sensational. I vary the waterproof formulas, but that's what I use today. I'm really impressed with it. I do want to try it by itself, so stay tuned for my feelings on that. I'll probably have that in my end of the month favorites. It looks really good. I am really liking it at this point. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. So what I have on my lips is this Rouge Volupte lipstick from YSL. This is one of their nourishing oil lipsticks. It's got like 6 different oils in it to give you pigmentation, but it also nourishes your lips and conditions them over time. My friend Lauren, she's so sweet, sent me this because she knows how much I love coral lipsticks in the spring and summer, and she thought I would get more use out of it than she would. I can't find this specific shade online anywhere. I'll link a few shades that I think are very similar from them. I'm also going to link a shade from Charlotte Tilbury that I wear a lot that's very similar. You can see they're very different in pigmentation. They give a similar effect in terms of makeup looks, but they feel different and look different on the lips. This is the YSL and this is Coachella Coral from Charlotte Tilbury. Both are beautiful. This one is a little thicker, creamier, still feels very, very good, but gives a little bit more of a dense look. It lasts a little bit longer on the lips. And this one is more of a lip oil and stick form, but with a lot of pigmentation. They just give a really nice spring, summer type of look. So I'm gonna wear this for a little while. We'll see how it does throughout the day. I am anxious to see how this foundation does. I am loving the way it looks on the skin. I'm not gonna use any setting sprays or anything like that. We're just gonna see how this goes. It's been like 5 hours, you guys, and my makeup looks really, really nice. From here, I don't really notice a difference between sides. This is the non-prime side, this is the prime side. The rest of my makeup looks good too. Eyeshadow's holding up nicely. My lipstick has faded. I have eaten a little bit too. I mean, it's a lip oil lipstick. I'm really happy. I'm gonna try and check in one more time, but I just wanted to show you right now how pleased I am. It's the end of the day. The lighting looks kind of bad because all my natural light is gone and I don't have extra light behind me to help brighten things up. I'm really happy with this foundation. It's only been a day. I'm gonna keep trying it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do an actual foundation review for this. I do have a link above to my other foundation reviews if you wanna check those out, or if I'm gonna put this in my end of the month favorites, but I am gonna keep testing this out because I wanna see how it's doing. I'm looking at myself on the monitor. I have a little bit of shine, but it looks like natural shine. It's not greasy. I really just blotted with a tissue once today, and I really don't think I had to. Everything else has held up really nicely so far. My eye makeup is still on. My blush is still on. I mean, the lips. I really wasn't expecting them to stay on, but there does seem to be kind of a stain going on. Mascara has not flaked or smudged. We are still going strong 8 hours later. I'm very happy. Wanted to report in. If you are not subscribed, be sure and subscribe so you can get updates on these products at the end of the month, or just whenever I decide to do them during other videos or whatever it may be. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're not following me on Instagram, be sure and follow me over there as well. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.